You are now listening to the most electrified and vilified podcast on the net, Hot Topix Podcast. Let's get this party started. Welcome, everybody, to the Hot Topix Podcast. I'm your host, Psycho4081, and I'm here with Felonious Feather and Lamb Chop.
We can say our names by ourselves.
Well, I said it today. Okay. You had a mouthful of something over there. So.
Just move on. Just move on. You are a level of special.
Yes.
Yeah, we having a level of special in here today. Ooh. Okay.
I feel targeted.
I love it.
By Felonious. That's why she got that name, Felonious. She's a felon. Oh, but anyway, we want to welcome you back.
Oh yeah, because I stole something, right?
Yes,
And I've been in jail.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible. Just like, what are you
From
talking
the dollar
about?
store.
Yes. From the Dollar Tree. Everything's $1.25.
Okay.
Like she couldn't even go someplace expensive. Why didn't you let her steal from someplace expensive?
So yeah, we did put up her bail.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
What was it, $50?
Yeah, thank you.
To get, and hopefully, maybe they'll, let you out for
expunge my
$11.13
Oh,
stuff
thank you.
that you stole.
Oh, thank you for your generosity. I appreciate it.
Oh, he is so special.
So today's another week.
Yes, this is our final week of Black History Month.
Yay!
Not yay, boo. We wanted to go longer.
Well, did you do anything special?
No, we did like inventors, and we talked about the first Black so and so, but we didn't do. Normally, people don't do an event. Well, then again, that's not true.
They do a parade.
They did a parade in Baltimore City, and some museums do a special thing, but I didn't do anything particularly special.
And some of the stores had sales on folding chairs.
Are you joking?
Don't listen to him.
No, my statement.
It's a whole story behind that.
My statement is true, though.
It is a whole story behind that. Oh my!
So anyway, was a pleasant week. We had some frigid weather, and we had some mild weather.
Mm-hmm.
But this week is looking so good.
Yeah, it does look like this week is going to be pretty warm.
In the 50s.
In the 50s,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And the days are longer. I'm all excited about
Yeah,
that.
and
The sun
it's almost daylight savings.
Is that March or
next
April?
March.
March.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Looking
next
forward.
my birthday's coming.
Wait a minute. No, that's not. We lose
Yes.
an hour.
Yeah, but it stays.
We'll lose an hour.
Yeah.
So that means, oh my God, so I'm going to be short of one hour sleep.
I don't sleep well anyway, so I don't even count that.
I'll be up.
Yeah. Either way,
no,
I'll be awake.
No, it's never enough.
It's never enough.
To lose 1 hour, that's too much.
I know they kept talking about like just not having it and changing it because the reasons that they had it to begin with really don't exist for a lot of people anymore.
And I think they should because, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be on the 9th.
Of March.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming soon.
Oh, it's my son's birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, he's going to be an hour shorter. Oh.
How old is Junior going to be?
22.
Gradually becoming a grandpa.
Yeah, he in that striking range for sure.
Yep.
And then it can look like what he really is in a match.
I'm gonna have my son's kids, which is my grandkids, same age as my kids. I've decided, and I just want to use this platform to announce it, that I am going to have 3 more children.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Sorry, whoever's out there gonna give them to him.
That's what my...
Sorry, you don't know what you're in for.
So
I mean, you can have 3 more kids. It's just you gotta go find a 20-year-old.
Wait. His son is not even married yet. So
it doesn't matter.
No. He said he wants his grandkids to be the
Same age, right?
So
he'll probably be like 70 or something.
Ugh. Oh yeah. Well, he could do it. I mean, as long as
70.
Well, at least 60s, right?
No, 56.
Junior is not going to get married.
He's not ready.
Find a girlfriend, get married.
It's already arranged. It's already arranged.
So, you already got a bride picked out for
That's
him.
right.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 4.
Poor Junior. 4.
4.
Okay.
Right, getting my grandkids all at the same time.
You know, when I see him, we gonna have a conversation.
He's like, Dad, you know, sometimes I don't know if you playing or not.
Because they're tired of him. Like,
yes.
I was like, what do you mean?
Oh.
What do you mean? I have yours lined up.
Those poor kids.
Don't worry about it.
So he's into getting like, if you were serious, he doesn't mind.
He's not serious.
No.
He doesn't mind, right?
Does he mind what?
Like you getting him a wife, like an arranged wife.
Yeah, he minds.
Yeah, like he ain't
His
having that.
choice. It's my son.
No, like that's what I'm saying. He doesn't mind.
He does mind. He's not gonna let him pick a bride. He is not gonna let him pick a bride.
I'm gonna tell you, this is how it's gonna work out. So I'm going to set it up, and he's gonna like it, and he's gonna accept it. And
like, looks like you're still living in the Stone Age.
He's living somewhere.
happens. You know,
Not on Earth.
But we did our podcast episode before. We talked about arranged marriages. There's still a lot of arranged marriages.
Yeah, but not
today.
here. Not in America.
Even here too. Yes.
Tell me one. Tell me one that you know of.
I'm not gonna put that business out.
Yeah, because you don't know of any.
But you know, if you talk to some of the older people that came from another country, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's another country. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But not this country.
But the culture still remains. It's not like the culture is just destroyed once they get over here, right?
It is.
So right. So let me see. How old is she's 11, he's 20.
Did you just say she's 11? Are you joking right now?
That's 10-year difference. So 25.
Who is
35.
11 first?
Who's 11?
First of all, I'm gonna kill you.
I was waiting for her to figure it out. I was just like, she's gonna come to it in a minute. He was like, oh hell no, not my daughter. Don't even think about it.
Never.
Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. Well, it kind of brings us to our topic of the day.
I know, right?
Are you in love, or love versus in love?
Yes. Do
Love
you
versus
know?
in love.
Now, last episode, you both said that you do know the difference between love and in love. All right.
And you kind of look like you don't know the difference.
Yeah, whatever. I knew the difference. So the funny part was when I started asking people on social media, and the answers that they gave
Okay.
was kind of hilarious. Well, you know, one of them, I'm just this one. Well, love is when you're in love.
Oh, wow.
No, love is when you love somebody. You know, love is love. And when you're in love with somebody, that means you love them.
Oh,
but
wow.
you want to da 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 da. I was like, well, you can't give a definition.
With
the
that
word. Well, I don't know then. but it's a lot of people who really that just don't know, you know, because maybe I guess our perceptions are different of what
I
love
think
and in
everybody's
love.
perception, like, you know, I think people can get a general consensus, but I think your perception is going to be different because it's just who you are and where you come from and how you were raised. You know, like people in my family when we were raised, they didn't say I love you.
Right.
You know, like I tell my kids that all the time now. Like, I love you, be safe. But, you know, they didn't say that to kids when we were growing up.
You didn't?
You just didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
I don't remember my mom
You say
saying
it to your kids,
Yeah, my kids.
Yeah.
say it.
Yeah.
and they say it to you all the time.
Oh my God.
Aw.
It's like I'm about to die of love.
What a way to go, though.
Just move. And then my son, from nowhere, probably doing something, and then he just calls his sister. And then he says, and then she's like, yes. Me too. I'm like, it's got something going on. He's like, I love you.
Oh, that's sweet. That is sweet.
It's like I'm drowning in love.
It's not
Yeah.
a bad way to go.
That's not typical. Now,
Yeah, especially a sibling.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I can't stand him.
Get on
Well,
my
that's still. I
nerves.
hope it continues that way.
Now, as an adult, me, it's easier for me to say. You know, I would hardly ever say it when I was younger.
Yeah, even till now, it's difficult for you to say.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
When have you told us that of us you loved us?
All the time.
Oh, yeah. She said,
Okay, you know, I don't remember everything, but I'm just going back in my mind like,
think about it.
I've known him a long time.
But let me tell you this. since you brought it up, like, so I was thinking about that, you know, and it wasn't in a matter of like, well, you know, you want to let people know, you love them and I was thinking about more or less as we leave this earth, you know, you look back and say, I mean, if you can look back, you can say, you know, I really never told that person how I felt about them.
Right.
You know,
right.
Or
right.
if you're the person left behind,
right,
you would want to say, well, I wonder how that person really felt about me.
Right.
Was it, you know, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna start telling that, you know, and it has not, this is the love part, not the in love part.
Right.
So I said,
but wait,
problem with that.
So now if I'm going to say I love you and I'm in love with you, so how am I going to say, like,
you would say that just like that. It says,
if I want to tell you I love you, but I'm in love with you.
No, well, not for me. Like, for me, when I tell my friends that I love them, it's a great affection and admiration and respect that I feel for them.
Correct.
So that's when I say I love you. That's what I feel for them. When I'm in love with somebody, I want to have a more deeper, meaningful, even physical relationship with them.
That's in love.
Right. That's
correct.
in
Yes.
love.
That's
For me,
how I
that's
feel,
in
so
love.
Okay.
That's how I
Yeah.
feel,
But when I just, when I say I love you, I don't think I've ever said it to Brian.
But people say I love you regardless. You get what I'm saying? You don't say you only say you only say I'm in love with you one time. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in love with him now and I say I'm in love with you, right? Whatever the conversation comes out of it, and then if I'm going to say it again, I'm not going to say I'm in love with you. I'm just going to say I love you.
Right. You're just going to say
I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a one-time thing.
No, I don't. I want it regularly.
I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. Then they're gonna think something's wrong up here. So it's usually a one-time thing, and then from there you go to I love you. I love you. Love you. Love you.
So I
but
think,
you know that you know how you feel.
You know the
when
meaning
you're saying I love you to this person as opposed to I love you to a friend.
And then you
Right.
know that people also so for example, if I'm dating a guy now and then I say I love you, and they go like, we haven't gotten to that part yet, you know?
Right.
So like, how can you
Time to
differentiate?
exit.
Yeah, you know.
What is wrong with you?
So like, how can you? Do I now have to explain that? Okay, I love you as a friend, or I love you. You know, some people say I love you as a friend, or I love you as a lover, or I love you as this.
Okay, so that's a good question. All right, Lamb Chop. If she says it to a male, right, or female,
your partner,
yeah,
your partner,
and no, we're gonna say a friend, so it could be a male or female.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, does she have to explain to him at that time, the context of it?
It depends on what their relationship is.
Friend.
Because a friend, and he knows that you're friends and y'all not dating. Because if I say I love you to Brian, he knows that he better know. Yeah. That don't mean
he about to have some kids.
Yeah, we ain't having no kids. We not bumping uglies. We not doing any of that, right? So if I say I love you to him as a friend, he should know. And if he doesn't and give you that funky look, like, oh,
then you got to clarify.
Then you have to clarify. Okay. Yeah.
So a lot of things can get miscommunicated that way as well, because you might have somebody that doesn't give you that look, or they might say, later on when they think about it at night, I'm like,
oh,
she says she loves me. But
I'm so glad this is radio and not TV. So glad we not recording this so y'all can see.
So how about we say I love you, like I say I love you to a guy. And he loves me too.
Okay.
But loves me, but then the kind of love that I'm talking about is different from the kind of love he's talking about.
You
so
can
how do
definitely
we differentiate?
That's where the problem comes in, because it really, when you're talking about male and female, I think it always should be partners. No, partners. Male and female. Well, yeah. No, well, specifically male and females.
Friends.
Specifically.
Okay. Friends.
Male and females.
Okay.
Right. Because that's where the differences could be made with a guy. We're looking at something different. We're looking at, okay.
Of course, if a girl tells me I love you, I'm not going to think anything. I'm like, oh, okay, I love you too, friend.
Right.
It's not going to be that deep for me.
Right.
But if a guy tells me I love you, I have to think about it properly. Like, okay, in what
terms?
Is
he saying?
Yeah.
And it might be both. It might be ambiguous. He might not really understand.
No, yet.
which part
of
that
the
is.
love you're talking about.
Exactly. Especially if you have not gone into the,
Physical,
intimate zone.
right.
So that's a little bit different. Now I'm trying to think. So I think it should be communicated some sort of way. You don't have to say, well, this is what I mean, because then it makes it awkward.
And then if you say I love you, another difficult thing is hearing it back.
Right. What if he doesn't say it back?
Say I love you, thank you.
Right.
Like, oh, okay.
Okay, so that would be a problem too.
That would be a problem
because now you just made it awkward.
Yes.
Both sides.
Yes.
I love you. I like you too.
Yeah. Because then you're just like, oh, ruh-roh.
I'm trying to think. What movie did I see where the woman says that they loved him, and it might have been Star Wars, where they said, and he says, "I know." Was that Han Solo? I don't remember. I think it was something along those lines, but it was a big thing back then. So yeah, that is. If I said something, I'm gonna tell you personally, if I said I love you to somebody, right, I would not expect it to come back as I love you if it was certain people, right? Certain people I would expect, to say,
I love you too.
You're gonna have to. You have to explain.
All right. So if it's a closer person, all right. If I said to you, right, and if I to Lamb Chop, if I said Lamb Chop, you know what, I love you, right, and you said, you know what?
Oh, you're already making it look like, oh, you're my friend. Oh, baby brother.
Right. So
baby brother.
So I already knew that was gonna happen, right? So I'm gonna expect that, but you would say, oh, I love you too.
I love you too.
and just by that whole interaction, obviously that would, say
make you feel like, it's friends.
Right.
But now let's change the scene.
Okay.
We're at a bar. Let's say a restaurant.
Okay.
All right. We're at a restaurant and we're having a good meal, this and that, whatever. And as my father said, you look her deep in her eyes.
I'm sorry. I know you try to be serious, but
I tried to do the deep in your eyes thing. But Mike, you look her deep in her eyes and you say, I ain't gonna say what he said.
Yeah, because you should not say that.
Oh, is it bad?
It's bad.
He said.
It's
all right,
bad.
let me give the context of this. So he says, back when I was in the Navy, he stayed with me for a little bit to visit, and I was having all the parties and stuff like that at my house. He says, hey, I see you trying to go after that girl over there. Here, let me tell you. Here, come over here for a second. Let me tell you what you need to do. He says, you get her by herself, and you look her deep in her eyes, and you say, girl, you gonna give me that pussy.
Now we know where he got it from.
Yeah, yes. That explains so much, family. That explains so much.
I was like, Dad, I don't think that works these days.
Thank you for acknowledging that. No, it does not.
But if you in a situation like that, you know, you're one-on-one, you're in a nice environment, and you look her, like, you give her the serious look,
right?
You know,
right.
And say, hey, I love you. No, that doesn't work either. No, that because it was almost like a hey man.
Right. I love you, dude.
Well, I guess you would have to set it up.
You would have to start,
little,
like, listen, we've known each other for so long, and I finally realized that
you're the one.
I love you. Yeah, yes. And it'll be different.
And I'm gonna be like, oh.
Like, we've known each other for so long, and I happen to see your bank statement, and I think we should be together.
Match made in heaven.
We like some of the same things. Money.
Or
you're a mess.
The guy who's they had this video on Facebook where the guy was breaking up with the girl, right? And she's fixing him something to eat. He was like, he's eating and like, yeah, I know, but I need to be on my own. And as he's eating and chewing, he's like, you made this from scratch? he's like,
God.
This too? So he was always eating and he's like, yeah, I've been thinking, maybe we need to spend more time together.
Oh no, because he likes the food.
he was like, you made this fried chicken too? And it's cornbread? She said, yeah.
It changed his mind about breaking
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. He was like, I'm gonna take off my shoes. You mind if I take my shoes off and I bring my PlayStation over here?
Now he's moving in.
So that plate was all that though.
Oh my gosh, that is too funny.
But that's one of the things too when you look at somebody who's in love, like a person. Let's use that guy. He could look at it as, well, you know what? She did all this for me,
right?
And then automatically think, click, 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 click. That's a good woman. I should love her. I love her for what she did.
I can grow to love her.
Yes.
Or
that I love her because I found out finally that this is the person, that I need.
Because she can cook and I can't.
Africans say the way to a man's to a man's heart is his belly.
Stomach.
Yeah, that's what we say that here too. Yeah. So,
and I said there's some truth to that too. And it's not so much, I think it's both ends. It's, the fact that the person puts that care into it. And also you looking at the long term. Man, I could get this every day or 3 times a day.
Well, guess what? Men learn to cook by themselves these days. So yeah.
A lot of them don't.
Well, more than before, a lot of them do.
That's true.
I cook. True. But still, it's not even about, like, for me, I cook. I don't need a person to cook for me.
Well, you don't mind.
I surely don't mind. I surely don't mind. But I think the whole thing would be not so much as how good they cook, because I can get in there and do it up myself. Or I can say, hey, call my sisters up
to come all the way from where
they'll do it. They'll come down and cook,
or they'll pack the car up with food when he's up there. Yeah.
So, but is the point that the person goes through all of that and gives you the king treatment.
It's an act of service.
Yes.
And their love language.
And that is my love language, act of service.
God, you have to put king treatment. Everything about you is just...
No, I'm just saying the king treatment basically, they're putting all this love into it and giving themselves up to you.
Probably kneeling too.
No, they have to... Well, that'd be nice.
Why?
She mentioned it. She mentioned it.
Wow.
But yeah, you're right. So, all right, we going back to Felonious. What is your definition of love in the aspect of friendly love?
So before, I thought I knew, before saying all of these things, but love for me is like love somebody I care about deeply, that I can go all out for anytime, any day. Okay. That means so much to me. That is someone I love, my friends. So everybody around me that is close to me are people I love, because I'm not that person.
So does it have to be, because I got this from a response from somebody, does it have to be reciprocated to be considered love?
No, it doesn't. For me, no, it doesn't. I love you.
Okay.
But that's not that kind of love. The other kind of love. Just general love. So I don't choose people, even people that don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't deserve your love, but there's this thing about them that you just like. You know what I'm saying? And then you just go all out for them regardless. Like, okay, I know you don't deserve it, but it's just me. So I've had a friend too
you are.
Yes, it's just who I am. Like, this person. So, but then it can be cut off. You still love them regardless, but you might just give them distance.
You can love from a
distance.
You
understand? That's what I'm saying. So that's that love. But then in love for me would be one person that I have all these feelings for, and I'm gonna get down with, definitely.
So for you to be the in love part, definitely comes with the attachment of intimacy.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In love, it means like you're gonna make me wet and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. That's for me. That's what I feel like in love is.
And but okay, so when you say wet, what does that mean?
Oh no!
No. You know better. Stop playing.
I'll just stop playing. I'm just making that stuff up.
Listen, Mr. Double Nickels, know what you're talking about. He wants to constantly remind us of that. So
no, what I just mean is like
you're gonna have a physical relationship.
Yes, somebody that I just see and I'm like, oh
so
my God, he drives me crazy.
Relationship, you have a physical attraction
to that person,
a strong physical attraction where you want to share your body.
No,
because you can be in love with somebody and still not actually have that physical intimacy.
If I'm what's the point of I don't know about that. No.
I'm not sure I've ever had that.
If we have maybe our church rules or something.
Well, that perfect example.
Could be that, yeah. Maybe
perfect
church.
Example, yeah.
Maybe they don't do stuff
or
before
Romeo
marriage.
and Juliet.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like
okay, I get you.
People sneak off to do whatever else.
But sometimes they don't. So, because they have certain morals or they just feel it's
you can't have a relationship till marriage.
Yes.
Okay.
But if they had like a one-on-one thing, it will happen.
So I'm saying that you have that strong emotional and physical attraction
to that person. Correct.
Okay. Now, for you, Lamb Chop, same thing, but I'm gonna add something else in there too after you finish yours.
Well, I said mine already. I said I feel like love is an affection for somebody.
What's the difference between somebody being infatuated with another person versus loving them? Because people always say, I love that girl. I love.
Yeah.
And really be infatuation.
Yes.
Right.
So infatuation mostly is the physical part.
It's not the physical part.
It's like me looking at you and I'm like, oh my God, just like your body or something like that. It's not knowing you, just knowing you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
not getting to know you. Just like looking at your outward appearance.
Okay,
right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Not a deep, because you don't really know the person deep enough to say, I love.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like some people just confuse that. And infatuation is if something, that thing you like about that person, if it's missing, would you still love that person? You know what I'm saying? Would you still feel that way? That thing that attracts you to that person that you feel like you love about that person. If it's missing or if it goes whatever, maybe it's the hair. If she cuts her hair, are you going to still love her?
Yeah,
she's still going to make you feel that same way.
Okay.
But infatuation is mostly the physical appearance, like what the person looks like. Oh my gosh, she got big ass. Big old titties.
Who would say that?
Juicy ass.
Who would say that?
Yeah. Nobody called your name, though.
Right. And he had to answer.
Nobody called your name. So, yeah, stuff like that. So, that
makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. I feel that's for me. I feel like that's infatuation. Like, you don't know that person just because you see them. And then I don't know how people differentiate that as with love at first sight. I think it could mean the same thing, you know.
So you saying you don't believe in love at first sight?
I could like you, but then, and I'll be like, oh my God, I love this guy. He looks so handsome, and then he speaks bad breath. I'm done. Or then he can't speak English,
right?
Or he can, you know what I'm saying?
Smokes,
and then, you know,
or
what,
any of those
like,
things.
So and then love also, regardless. So there's been times where you love somebody, you love somebody when, regardless of whatever is going on with them, it might not be up to your moral code or moral standards, but you still love them regardless of whatever it is that you're doing that's against what you stand for. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whatever you stand for, like, and you're still there.
Like a parent's love for their children.
Even for people, even for like another guy, for a guy. Let's take for example, growing up. Nobody in my family smokes. We're not smokers. We don't drink. None of that. And then this guy, let's say he smokes, but I love him regardless. But it's not something I would want to do, or I want him to do. I wouldn't want my ideal guy to be like that.
Right.
But he smokes and he drinks and maybe probably does all the stuff that it's not something I'm used to or used to having people do. You know what I'm saying? But because I feel like I still have this connection to this person, I'm still there. Like I still love you. I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it means to be in love with somebody.
I'm not regardless. Sure. I don't know about love at first sight. I don't think I've ever experienced it, and I don't think I've ever known anybody who's had.
But
that
people say that all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people say it. The first time I saw them, I was in love.
I knew she was the one. Yeah. Or I knew he was the one. Nope. Yeah, you don't know.
No.
He just walked out fine.
Right. Like he just showed up and he was fine and sexy, but you can't say like.
I believe in love at first sight.
You do?
No, you don't.
Why?
You like physical stuff.
No, I do.
He was just gonna say something
explain why, and then you could tell us your love versus.
I don't know why you're taking him seriously, because I'm not. Let's hear. Let's hear.
I want to hear what he has to say.
You.
Oh, you being? I thought he was being serious.
I know he's not. I know he's not being serious.
How you figure?
Because I know you. Okay.
All right. So when you first meet somebody, right, you get that look. There could be qualities about them that you already knew in your head that, oh, they're meeting all these different things, right? Automatically. And you say, oh, that's the person for me. You know, you convince yourself. That's the key element. You convince yourself that person is the one for me, and that's what I like. She has the same shape, size, everything.
Okay.
Right? So as you progress, that's when you start chipping away or building more on that. So, all right, let's say you meet the girl, and then you say, okay, well, she's everything I need. She's everything I want. I love it. The voice, the hair, the this, whatever. And then she adds in, oh, she can cook. Oh, she's very empathetic. These are things that I like. Or she likes pets. You know,
I don't like pets. Just kidding.
You know, or she's intelligent. Mm-hmm. You know, all your things that you like, and then all it does is grow stronger and it's solidified. But here's the part where you say the love at first sight can be chipped away. The longer you go, you might say, all right, she doesn't respect her parents, or you know, when it gets down to certain times, when the pressure's on, she turns into a total different person. Or you find out that she's greedy.
Oh yeah.
You know, things over the long run that chips away over time. And it still may not be a deal breaker, but over time it chips away. Then you could say, you know what, I'm no longer in love. But when you first, you know, saw her and she was everything that you ever thought or wanted, that could be love.
So how is that not infatuation?
Exactly.
Because that's what I'm thinking. That's infatuation.
Because infatuation is just a physical thing, right? That's what you said.
Right.
Well, love at first sight is not always a physical thing. It could be, it could be something that you put into it. Like you can foresee. Like I could look at you and say, okay, you know, I know she's a hard worker. Mm-hmm. Just looking at her, or just you said something, or whatever. No, that's what you plant inside your head. Because you know, I was like, well, she's a hard worker. She works, you know, diligently. You know, in the sun, in the torrential pour down.
I'm waiting for him to say the rice
paddies.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
So automatically, you already know that's something that resonates with you. You know, you can look at her and say, oh, she keeps herself up. Therefore, she cares about physical appearance.
I don't think that like that's too deep. I think love at first sight is me seeing you, and maybe your smile, or maybe
it's still physical.
I'm just saying, like, and then we have this.
Don't be over here smiling.
I think that's no. You don't have a good smile. By the way, it's not you.
What is wrong with you?
So like love at first sight is like something, is usually from what I see in the movies and all of that, it's usually stuff like I knew she was the one from the moment we saw each other. So saw each other, maybe spent the first time together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's like I said though, is what the person plants in their head. They don't know everything, but they can look at somebody and say, oh, that person is this, and this, and they go on that.
Okay.
So it's something that you plant inside your head. And love, really being in love, is what you feel,
right?
What you make out of, because you might be a horrible person, whatever, to another person, and then but me, in my eyes, I might like, nah, she only killed that person because she loved me. You know?
Okay, Joe.
Yeah. She only smacked my mom because you know she don't like people disrespecting me. So I might feel, you know, I'm giving her that. In my head, that's what it is. But on people on the outside, I'm like, it's like that bitch crazy.
Right. Like, you know? Why you want her? She ain't right in the head. Right. Yeah.
But what you're describing is not at first sight, though. You're describing like a long term.
No. I'm saying, I'm talking about first sight.
Because he said eventually in the long term,
long
you
term,
chip away
it chips away, or you add more to it. But at first sight is what you yourself plants into that person.
No, I think first sight is just what you see, maybe the first date or no first
That's
sight.
not first sight. I'm talking. Listen. First sight. I see you.
First sight.
I'm looking at you, right? I see you walking down the street, right? And I'm looking at you.
Oh, it's love at first sight. Like,
and
just
I'm like,
seeing you,
and I'm like, look,
like
exactly.
everything
and I'm like,
I want.
oh, I like everything about her. You know, even those bananas that's hanging out that I know she done stole. You know, I'm gonna say,
wow, you're so annoying,
isn't he?
So, but that's the thing, and I'm going to forecast. I'm gonna forecast our life. I'm gonna forecast everything about you just based on what I see.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
That's love. And I'm gonna hold that. It's gonna be ingrained in my head. What's that song with the David Ruffin was singing lead? Just my imagination.
Okay.
Right? If you listen to the words, that's how it is. Just my imagination.
Running away with me.
Running away with me.
Oh.
Probably.
I'm sorry, Temptations.
Is that a 1921 song?
But that's a perfect example because you're how you feel when you say you're in love. That's how you feel based on your perceptions, not anybody else's. I could be a horrible person, but you could still be in love with me. Same thing, vice versa. So when you see somebody and you put all those perceptions into that person, that's what you are. That person is for you because I decided that's what I like and that's what I see. And I know for a fact this is how she is and this is what she does and, you know, whatever.
Okay. That's a little scary.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they go that far, though.
That's a little scary.
I don't think they go that far. I just think it's me seeing you firsthand and be like, shh.
So, all right. Give you a good example.
So, no, you need to tell us you're in love versus love. Don't try to keep skipping over it. He's trying to skip over it.
You know, for some reason, I knew you was going to do that.
Yeah. Because you know it's who I am as an individual. Don't try it.
Lamb chop is the catcher. All right. So, for me, if a person's... the definition of love is when you have great... strong affection for somebody. That's basic. It could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, that means you will do what you can for that person. You don't want to see them in harm. You want to see them do their best. You would even sacrifice yourself to make sure that person is in, a good position or whatever. Now, the in love part is when you have the same thing with the love, but now you have that strong feelings of intimacy and attraction, and it doesn't have to be physical attraction. See, I'm gonna deviate.
Yeah. Come on, bring it home.
Deviate.
Bring it home.
So the attraction could be mental. I might like your brain.
Yes.
And sapiosexual.
Yes. Right. And everything that you do, everything how you think might attract me. Right. So that's the thing about in love. And I don't think most people it's easier to say I'm in love with a person, than to actually be in love. Right. Because if you were in love with a person, I think, that's my opinion, I think it'll be harder to get out of love. Right. In love is harder to lose than somebody, because you can love somebody and then they do something, shiesty and be like,
I'm just cutting you off.
Yes.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. Tell me something you love about me and tell her something you love about her.
What?
You love.
Physical or?
Whatever it is.
All right.
No, not physical.
Not physical.
Not physical.
No. I see him now like Frankenstein and us together.
Okay, so no, you know what? So I'm going to give you restrictions besides the boobs.
She snatched that one back.
Yes.
Besides
I'm glad she did.
Ass and every other thing. Yeah.
All right, so all right, nothing physical.
Smile could be physical,
right?
But physical. Besides that, the body parts.
So, all right, so besides the body parts, yeah. Okay. So I'll start with you. I do like your smile. You do have a very nice smile.
I'm gonna smile.
It's the dimples. It's the dimples. The smiles and the dimples.
Yeah, so that's one that some of the first thing I noticed when you started smiling. The first time I saw you, you were smiling. I noticed you had some fangs hanging out the side. I love them vampires.
Just big sigh. That's all.
No, I'm gonna say the smile and the sense of humor. The sense of humor that's very person with a sense of humor is very attractive because it kind of brings down your stress a bit.
Okay.
And they have to have a sense of humor for me to deal with me. If you don't have a sense of humor, we ain't getting to step one. we are done. I'm gonna be the evil person,
but then somebody might have a sense of humor, but not on your humor level.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay. Right. So if you
have to have the same kind of.
Yes. So if you have a sense of humor, and I include that all. Like if you have a sense of humor, that means you can laugh at something. Or if you're trying to make a joke about something, you have like a sarcastic sense of humor. I still can appreciate that too.
How about somebody you have to explain what the person has a sense of humor, like after you explain whatever
I don't want to
explain
the joke. I don't want to explain.
Then I laugh afterwards. After you laugh, after everybody's finished laughing, and then you're like, oh no, I mean this, and I'm like, oh okay.
Yeah, that I don't want to explain the joke.
Yeah, that would kind of cancel. But there would be other things that could connect it too. So
that's true.
You're looking at you have a sense of humor, and when you can have a sense of humor and be really, really funny, but be mean spirited.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that's a turnoff for me. I don't like anybody who's mean spirited. So,
well, you just said sense of humor. That's something. So stick to one, like a sense of humor, or
no. He was saying you were saying the same level of humor, and that would be included in the same level of humor, I think.
But yeah, you can't be mean spirited. That's and that means a lot to me as anybody for as a person. You got to have that. I like people. Or I want to help people, or I'm gonna have some sympathy when somebody's feeling sick, or that type of deal. If you one of those like, well, I didn't get her sick, or I didn't. It ain't gonna work. That's actually gonna drag down your physical appearance to me, right? And the personality can drop your physical appearance. I met women who were very nice looking, but their personality made them go from a 10 to a 3.
So let's see, got a 3. So
he's still gonna do it.
All right, so for her.
All right, so in lamb chop. Okay, so but not the physical.
I said that before.
Yeah, okay. She did.
So for you, no, I'm gonna be serious for once. I'll put the timer on. I like your personality. I like the fact that you don't have a mean spirit. Well, you do kind of.
I do
but you're very empathetic. That's a good thing. Even when we first met, you were friendly. You didn't get the feeling that
the first time at the job or the first time at the house. Okay.
The first time at the house.
So I see. So you guys are both the friendly type that you just see people and then you're friendly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, that's why you guys connect. They see people on the street and then they just.
Well, actually,
he will talk to people on the street. I won't randomly like if somebody starts talking to me, I will talk to them. He will start the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were intelligent too. I discovered that too, and that was good. I like intelligence.
Okay.
And
that's it. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
So tell us what you like about him. I know there's a lot of things you don't like.
Yeah. We're gonna stick with the like.
We're gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna try find something that you think you like about him.
Okay. He is very nice. I know it's gonna be
difficult, but just fine.
Yeah. I can think of a couple, but he is very nice, and I like that. Like even today when you was just like, I'm hungry. Did you have anything? And he was like, I'm gonna make her a sandwich. Like I felt like that was just such a nice thing to do.
Aww.
Right? Are you blushing?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. That was on purpose.
Oh, you're blushing still. You look red. So,
no, that's because it's hot in here. You see the sweat on my head?
He doesn't like. He likes to deviate. Then he says, "I like to do that." He likes to deviate when you're giving him compliments or you're saying stuff.
He can dish it, but he can't take it.
Yeah, put him on the spot, makes him shy, really shy, and then
yes.
Oh,
that's
like
how he does.
Yes. So I like that. I like that he's very nice. And even as irritating as it can be, I do like that he can randomly start a conversation with people. You know, like I was in a situation today where I could have just walked up to some people and say, "Hey, are you the blah blah blah?" But like my personality wouldn't let me do it. I couldn't do it. Like I wouldn't randomly do that. But he would. He'd have probably walked around the whole place and been like, "Hey, are y'all the people I'm supposed to see today?"
Speaking of,
I'd be like, "You gonna eat that?"
Speaking of which, so yesterday I attended a memorial, but I didn't want to go by myself because I did not know anybody there.
Okay.
And then I took him along.
Oh God.
To help me out and tell me why we're at the. I would never know where to sit, but he had to ask people, "Okay, can we sit? Can you join?" I'm like, "Oh, wow, good. Can we join you?" And then we sat there, and then he was going back and forth with all these people that I don't know.
Right.
I invited him to the party, and then he left with friends. Started telling other people, "Hey, stories about the Navy, stories about this, stories about that." But I'm like, well, that's his personality. That's him.
Yeah,
do you.
That's right.
I just sat where I was and then do my own thing. You know.
I think I do that because I try to avoid the awkwardness of things.
You don't like that silence.
I don't like the awkwardness of things.
Okay.
And the guy, when we sat at the table, first of all, when we was walking through, the guy gave me the eye. He looked at us like, you know, "Hey, you can sit with us." I was like, "Oh, do you mind if we?"
Well, I don't look at people's eyes, so
right. But
I don't know.
So we sat down, and then I guess his wife joined us.
Yeah.
So we were talking about whatever. I forgot what he said. Bordentown.
Okay.
So it was just something that he said that I was like, okay, yeah, you can always click with something. Like one of the things I believe is
it wasn't Bordentown. We started talking about they started with the Halloween thing, right. And then you talked about your Halloween, and then they talked about the land, and they kept going about the land. And I'm like, I brought you to this party. You already know half the people. I'm not even talking to anybody. I'm just there. I'm like, well, Brian, he will always be himself. So
it's true.
So here's my thing, and this is the.
So if you ever feel like you need somebody to tag along with you, to any awkward,
so I won't feel awkward.
Yeah. So he's his best for
everybody has a story to tell.
That's true.
And it's always, to me, it's always interesting to see, you know, their stories, their history, or anything. That always you know, gets my interest. Even when I was in high school, like we had teachers that would tell about their father. You know?
Okay.
My English teacher, Mr. Sorensen, he was like, a science teacher. He's like, yeah, my father used to eat such and such and eat an egg a day, but then he said cholesterol and he had a heart attack. Blah, blah, blah. I remember that. That was from 1982, 83. You know, and then you know, so it's like you have a window to a whole different world, and people are just allowing you into that world. And,
that's true.
You know, that's what I like about people, especially people from different backgrounds and people, you know.
Only nice people, because people like me, we're not nice. And when you start talking to me and asking me stuff, and I'm like, what you want? Like,
it depends on what the day of the week.
Yeah, like why you asking me stuff, or what am I going to tell you? Right. I just want to say hi and let's move along. Yes. Don't ask me where I'm from and my history and my family history. No, I'm not doing that with you. No.
But people they'll give you a signal
to come in.
No, they'll give you a signal to say,
keep going.
I'm not
restricting.
Yeah, I'm restricting this. You know, they'll say, you know, either body language or, you know.
Everybody doesn't pay attention to body language. People just don't until you just turn around and walk away. That's just who you are. So I like that. I like that part about you. I like that you like animals, because that's one of my things. If you don't like animals, then I don't know.
Yeah, that was a key.
Like animals. Like, I mean, you don't have to have a pet, but don't be mean to animals.
Right.
That's why I am. I don't want you to be mean to animals. And what else? I'll think of 3 things. And what else? And sense of humor. You definitely got a sense of humor. So.
And we didn't finish with you.
To tell you about you.
That's right.
I didn't think I was waiting for him. You know what? Yeah, you just disappointed me right now. You disappointed me right now because I was.
You would have put me on the spot.
No. Wait, let me tell you. Let me tell you what I thought you were going to do. Mm-hmm. I thought we were going to. I was waiting for him to make something up, and then we have to. And then we don't talk about this, and then I don't get to say my part. You know, I thought you were going to make something up, so I don't put you on the spot. But I'm gonna say what I like about you.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Brace up.
Brace yourself.
Okay, so don't blush.
I'm not blushing.
You blush all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I like about you. She mentioned it. The best part about you is that you're nice, and the nice part is that you do go above and beyond. It could be irritating at times, like random people, random strangers, everybody. But yeah, no, you do, like he has, like, he's very, very nice, very caring. He doesn't express. I think you're better now expressing yourself, expressing your emotions. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's better now, because he used to be really icy.
Yeah.
But I think the retirement thing, when you get older. What?
That's probably true.
Yeah, you calm down. True. Yeah, you calm down a lot. And then sometimes when you find yourself in a certain situation, you get to loosen up a little based on, I don't want to put it out there, but yeah, you've been different from like the past 2 years or past year now.
Okay.
You've been
since
better.
He's retired, you think?
But yeah, he's been better. No, really, I'm telling you, like, he's been better. He's been able to reach a lot of people. Okay. Like, reach more people, like, be free to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? Without restrictions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, showing who you truly are, who you really are, like, being able to help somebody without having, can't do this.
Right, right.
You know, like, going above and beyond. He really, what you
so
did
you're saying
yesterday.
I feel more free.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
To be able to do that's who you are.
Do what you want to do.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Without,
I'm a do what I want to do person, and I don't like people trying to restrict me on what I want to do.
Exactly.
But like she's saying, since you retired, you have time to actually do the things that you really like to do for people.
Yes,
for other
exactly.
people.
So that is.
What is that? Is that somebody coming down your street?
So that is a big one for me. You can be annoying a lot of times.
Purposely.
I know, but yeah,
that's what makes it even more annoying. He knows he's doing it. You doing it on purpose.
But then I wouldn't trade you for anything in the world.
It's true.
That's your part.
It's true.
You're supposed to say, "Oh."
Yeah. So we wouldn't trade you for anything.
Okay.
Like you're literally the best.
It's
Thank
true.
You. I appreciate it. That's only one. So keep going.
No, that's it.
That was more than one.
That's the ultimate. I said I wouldn't trade you for
ultimate,
anything.
yeah.
Like, seriously, who lays or bears out their emotions in public like that? Like,
Me?
I just did.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So you.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go give him the side eye. Give him the side eye.
Well, that's good.
And I thank you for everything. I thank you.
You're always welcome.
And that really is sweet. Yeah, you get on my last nerve.
You know what's so funny? Like, even with her, with all that she said, she swears. I think you too. You swear that I was like this bad kid.
Yeah, I think you were probably. I think you were a mischievous kid. I'll say that. I think you got into stuff. Didn't you tell me you used to play with your mother's tampons? You probably got in all kind of.
Not the tampons. The tampon applicator.
I just, in my head, I feel like you got into all kind of little mischievous things.
But I didn't realize till I got older. Because I didn't know what that was at the time.
Right.
Yeah, but then you look at him, you feel like so there are a lot of things about him, and then that's why I can maintain a friendship with him, because there are a lot of things about him that I would say is not so American.
Not so American?
Yes, that's not super American.
Okay.
Like and then you say, show me your friends, and I'll tell you it's part of the kind of friend he also has. Like, it's not, the typical idea of an American is tattoos, smoking. You know what I'm saying? That's how
that's the perception of Americans.
Wow.
Yes, a lot. Like yes, like, so you feel like, okay, you only see this kind of gathering or setting in, like, so I'll tell you, basically, I don't have American friends.
so you, from a lot of your perspectives about Americans,
so
and your
people,
friends are from TV.
Wait. So people always tell me when I talk about him, they're like, it's funny how, so they feel like anytime I talk about him, back then, it used to be like, oh, it's just something, like, they're even wondering, like, how can I even be friends with?
Really?
I'm telling you, yeah, like, how can that even work? Like, they just feel like, oh, okay, random people that you just miss on the street, and then that's it. But no, when I keep talking about, somebody in your life, present in your life, I'm like, wait, you're really friends with this person? I'm like, yeah. Like he's my friend. So it's not like, oh no, like some, so ideally they feel like what we feel like, or the perception is usually like Americans, tattoos, smoking, shooting. Well, that's the main thing. So like I met you, and it's like, okay, well, you guys, I see why you can flock together, because you guys share certain. Just have
that'd be like commercial break. It could be easy.
Yeah, please please put a commercial break right there. Yes. Oy.
Yeah, so it's typical. So some people be like, okay, well, because they're the educated Americans, not the McDonald's.
So and it's basically so for her, and I learned this from her. Like a lot of the things that she perception she's had with Black Americans, is from TV, movies.
Yikes.
Rap videos.
Oh.
Duh, I live in Baltimore. So
what I'm saying is
you see a lot of,
but it's a lot of that, like you came here with that.
Right?
And a lot of your friends have. So, and it's the
same. No, I didn't come here with that. I heard about it here.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Everybody beware.
But the same thing, and it's sad about it, but the same thing applies to us as well. So
in America,
what you hear about Africans.
Yeah. So
or I thought you were saying that other people see us the same way, not necessarily just from Africa. Other people in America see us that way,
and we and a lot of things that we have, the interaction we have with people is really video. We don't have like true interactions. Mm-hmm. We see stuff on TV. Right. We see little YouTube clips. We see the movies. It's like. When one of the movies I saw, was about Vietnam, where, the army was the helicopter and the soldiers were going through. So, when I met her,
oh my God,
I just knew, she was going to, start offering to do nails.
You are so wrong. You are so wrong.
See, I told you, thank God I put the annoying part out there.
Right? Yes.
So, but that's what we get. We always want to stay in our circle. We don't mingle. We don't to really learn about people.
Do you have any African friends?
I do not. Oh no, that's not true. Osa. Okay. Osage, I think that's his name. Osage. Yeah, he's from Nigeria.
And I'm telling you, most of my African friends, guess where they came from?
I don't know.
7-Eleven.
Because he talks to the whole world.
Let me tell you,
when he goes to 7-Eleven.
And that's how I met him as well.
In the store?
Yeah, because I was working somewhere, and then he came in and started talking to me. And we had this back and forth about polygamy. Back and forth. And then that was it. And then somewhere else, I went to work somewhere else. And then he came in again. And then we had that same conversation. And I'm like, I've had this conversation with somebody before. I'm like, that must be you. And then I told him, and I'm like, oh, it's you. It is you. Because, And that's how we were like, oh my God, it was you. Because like only one person can come into this place and then start talking about this same thing, the same thing over what he believes in and all of that. And then we're going back and forth.
But it didn't start that way because it was kind of like a little time. So even like the people that I met, I used to go into 7-Eleven all the time. So like every 7-Eleven in our area, I knew all the employees.
Oh my God.
And we used to talk about certain things. Like,
was that from work or just?
That was from work.
Okay.
No, he's nosy.
that was from work and my off time too. So, but it was easier.
See,
so
off
I would talk to them and then they would tell me, how, especially if somebody new. It's like, oh, hey, where you from? I might see that name tag. Where you from?
Right.
And then they would say, or I might tell them.
Okay.
So, oh, you're from Ethiopia, aren't you? Mm-hmm. Or you're from such and such, aren't you? And then from that, it like the surprise is like, how do you know? Because most Africans think that we can't tell anybody apart.
Correct. Because they feel like you all feel like we look alike. We all look the same.
Well, you definitely don't, because
definitely.
That's because you took your time to differentiate, or you have an interest in knowing that people that look this certain way are from here.
Right.
people like that.
But you can look at people and tell that they're different. Like,
no, a lot of times they don't know.
Okay.
A lot of times.
And the funniest thing was, I was going to talk to this guy from a Chinese restaurant up the street, and I was asking him about some suspects, and he was like, "Well, cool guy," because he was funny. He's like, "Well, kind of like how you guys think we all look like." It's kind of like that for us too. So I can't give you any description because you guys all look alike. I was like, for real?
No, you guys don't all look alike. No. So
well, to him, he did.
Right,
I was like, oh yeah.
So what? So when they say people look alike, I'm wondering what they see though.
Black or Chinese
or just,
and that's it.
Like me,
just certain features.
You're right.
So like me, I can't differentiate between a Japanese.
Right,
and that's what he's saying.
And
that's what he was saying. Korean,
right.
That's what he was saying.
I can most of the time. I can, because when you look at them, they have different shapes of faces and hair, or stuff. And like the Koreans, they got kapow in the back. You don't see that too much.
We're done. Are we done?
Anyway, yeah, it is. Yeah. So we have put in our time. Thank you, kind sir. We just gonna move along.
All right. So, you guys, thank you for tuning in, and please share with family, friends, and neighbors. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start on the next one. We're going to start our contest again.
Okay.
So we're going to give away some good prizes.
Okay.
And just to let you know, for the last month we gave away
a BMW.
2025
fully loaded.
BMW, fully loaded. And nobody applied or got into the contest, so we had to return it. It's a good
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
We drove it around for a little bit.
Yes. And so check us out. And also I'm gonna give a shout out to some places that are very welcoming to us, and that's Myrie's Island Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just went there the other day and I got my usual brown stew chicken, peas and rice, and cabbage, and I overloaded on the pineapple ginger juice.
Oh Lord!
Yeah. So, and also we'll give a shout out to what's that place over at Party City? Not Party City.
Pizza
City. Oh my God.
Pizza City.
I'm like, since when did you become a party boy?
Pizza City. Oh, and Purple Flip.
Purple Flip. And don't forget, where did we have his birthday party?
Oh,
that's
Korean Spice.
Korean
Oh,
Spice?
the last one. I'm thinking about my 50th.
No.
Korean Spice.
Yes, very. Korean Spice is one of my favorite spots as well. If you like spicy food, check them out. They're in Owings Mills at the Mill Center.
I don't know what they
is. That Center.
That's was it? Mill Run Center.
Mill Run Center.
Okay.
Pretty good food, nice piping
food.
hot. The
nice atmosphere.
Great atmosphere, and they also have very good customer service.
Yes.
But what about the one?
Why are you pointing this way?
Because the one Fame.
Oh, the one we went to in New Jersey.
Fame.
A nice, we call it a diner. It was food was really good. They were quick.
Nice.
That's the fastest food
ever. I was impressed with the food. I got a breakfast sandwich.
And the customer service, they were asking every second, are you okay? You need anything? Are you okay? You need anything?
Fame in what? I think that's in Pennsylvania.
Pennington.
No, that was actually in Pennsylvania because we had to go to Pennsylvania to get the food.
Okay.
So, customer service, they get an A+++.
Oh wow, that's great. Yeah. That's great. Yes. Road trip.
The chef,
the chef came out.
Wow. Yeah. It's a new restaurant.
No,
they got a nice little crowd in there.
Because normally when it's new, like the chef will come out.
I remember one guy was sitting over there and they was talking to one of the cooks back there, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen you, so it was a definitely family atmosphere. I don't know much about their menu because we eat breakfast,
right?
But it was pretty good. So, Fame, job well done.
Nice. All right, road trip. Thank you, family, for listening to the latest episode of Hot Topics. As usual, listen, like, share, subscribe. Ta.